In this video, I'm going to tell you 6 fantastic end of trilogy movies that you should watch. Hey, it's me AP, and welcome back to another video. So, 6 fantastic end of trilogy movies. On the channel, we've talked about the first movies in the trilogy and the second, and I thought it was the right time to make this video to discuss end of trilogy movies and some fantastic choices I've got today, rest assured, because I feel trilogies are the best form of filmmaking, you know, to have that 1, 2 and 3, just a end of a trilogy, just it's all circled together, this nice story. To end it with a fantastic movie is such a hard quest, a hard task, and I feel like today these choices that I'm going to discuss with you are 6 fantastic choices, and I feel like they definitely bring the idea of trilogies up to a next level. This, you know, we can have our 4th movies, 5th movies and franchises. I don't mind them, but sometimes we all want a trilogy, and these are the fantastic ending movies that you should definitely watch. So the first movie I want to discuss today is War for the Planet of the Apes, the 3rd movie in the rebooted Planet of the Apes franchise, and I feel like this trilogy is just fantastic. I always felt, for me, the originals were better, and I always felt a certain affinity to the original movies, but I've sort of grown more and more to like these modern rebooted Planet of the Apes movies, and I really do appreciate how good they are. The story is fantastic, the story of Caesar throughout the 3 movies, and it just ends with this fantastic war movie between man and apes, and really man and man. You know, it's just the battle of the human race, really, and you know, the apes are amongst all that as well, and it's just a really fantastic movie, fantastic landscapes throughout, and great music, great score, great directing, great acting, and it's well worth the watch, and it's definitely a choice as a fantastic movie to end a trilogy. The next movie I want to discuss is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. Now, here I'm discussing trilogies, I'm discussing the prequel trilogy of Star Wars movies, so it's part of these 3 movies, so look at it as the end of that prequel trilogy, and I kind of go hot and cold with the prequels, and sometimes I love them, and sometimes I really dislike them, and I've talked about on the channel before, like the ones I enjoy and ones I dislike, and again I feel like sometimes I flip flop a lot with the Star Wars prequel movies, but I feel like Revenge of the Sith is, for me at this moment in time, the best of the 3. It is a good ending to that prequel trilogy as well. I feel like the tone sort of sets up for more of like a darker Star Wars future of Darth Vader, and we see, you know, we see in this the turn of Anakin Skywalker into Darth Vader, and it's something at the time I wasn't that fussed on, but I feel like over time it's aged better, and I've grown to appreciate Hayden Christensen's performance as Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, and especially now when we hear about talk of him coming back in like an Obi-Wan Kenobi show as Darth Vader, it sort of like brings it more together for me, I suppose, and this one is a movie that I've grown to enjoy more and more, I suppose, this one in particular, and I feel like it ends that prequel trilogy well. It's a fantastic ending because we get that dawn of Darth Vader, and we see Darth Vader in the full suit, and it's, you know, we see that how he became Darth Vader, and as much as we can like take them apart, these movies, and especially the last one, and say we didn't like this, we didn't like that, we still got to see that birth of Darth Vader and how he become Darth Vader, and for me that's always a special moment to see the birth of such a special character. So for me, that is why it is on a list of 6 fantastic end of trilogy movies. The next movie I want to discuss is Zack Snyder's Justice League, and this movie for me is, I just really enjoyed it. A 4-hour movie, and it didn't feel like 4 hours long. It didn't feel like 4 hours long, and it is just such a fantastic watch, and it's so different from all of the other superhero movies we have out there. And this, if you're not aware, is part of the trilogy of Zack Snyder movies. So we have Man of Steel, the Superman movie, then we have Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, and then we have Zack Snyder's Justice League, his cut of Justice League, and his vision. So, we know the story. We know the story of this. This was something, the Snyder cut, it was being worked on behind the scenes, and then it got announced for HBO Max. And I think as fans of comic books and as fans of superhero movies, comic book movies, we're so privileged to have the opportunity to see a totally different cut, in my opinion, from what we've seen of the original Justice League cut. It is a much different film. I didn't feel like I was watching the same film as the original Justice League cut, and I really enjoyed this movie, and I feel like it is just a fantastic ending. If we don't see any more from this universe of Zack Snyder DC Comics movies, I think it's a pretty special ending, and it is a fantastic ending to this trilogy, starting from Man of Steel and going up to this Justice League movie. I really enjoyed it. I just think it's a breathtaking movie, and it is a movie that everyone should watch because it is a fantastic viewing experience. Next on my list is The Lion King 3 Hakuna Matata. Now, this is kind of like a hidden gem choice for a fantastic end of trilogy movie, and it is something I've only watched over recent years. I ended up watching this movie with my nephew about a year or two ago, and he picked it out. I like Lion King. I really enjoyed the first Lion King movie. Lion King 2 is okay, but I'd never watched that, and I had it in the DVD collection for ages. And he picked it out, and he was like, "Oh, let's watch this." So I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it." I watched it with my nephew, and he enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So basically, Lion King 3 Hakuna Matata is kind of like a meta look at a meta look at the first Lion King movie, and sort of like bits in between. And it tells the story. The main stars in this are Timon and Pumbaa, and we see them sort of like analysing and looking at the first movie and then filling in the gaps. It's such a weird take on the Lion King movies. It's not like the original movie. It's not like the sequel. It's a very different watch, but it's just, I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really funny, really clever. If you've never watched it, it's hard to describe, but what I would say is just they look at the first movie, they fill in gaps, they tell the origin of Timon and Pumbaa in a way, and it's just a fun movie. And Hakuna Matata is just a really cool watch, and it made me laugh when I watched it. It made me smile. It's a fun, entertaining movie, and it is definitely a hidden gem, but also a fantastic end of trilogy movies in the Lion King trilogy. So the next movie I want to discuss is Men in Black 3. Now, I've mentioned before on the channel that I'm a huge Men in Black fan. Men in Black 2 wasn't great, the first one was fantastic, but Men in Black 3 is just a fantastic end to the trilogy, starting with the first one. The second one, as I said, went down a hill a tiny bit, but the third one really finishes it on a really high note for me. It's got time travel in this movie. It's got Josh Brolin playing the same role as Tommy Lee Jones, both playing Agent K. Will Smith is also, again, a part of the cast as well. So it really has this new dynamic where you're seeing Will Smith's character, Agent J, getting thrown into the past, and it's just a new dynamic for the Men in Black series, and it's one I really enjoyed, and I think it's really a really fun movie. It takes me back to the fun moments within the first Men in Black movie. It's just very, very humorous, a lot of comedy in there. It's just action packed, and it's just a really entertaining movie to watch, and this is why I think it is a fantastic end of trilogy movie. Now, the last movie I want to discuss today is Back to the Future Part 3. I couldn't not put this on the list of fantastic end of trilogy movies. I really enjoyed this movie. It is one that it just completes that fantastic trilogy. The story throughout, we just see Marty and Doc. We see them going into the West, the old West, and we see like this cowboy in the world of like cowboys and Indians, and it is just a fun watch, absolutely fun watch. And I enjoy all the Back to the Future movies. Probably growing up, Back to the Future 3 probably wasn't my favourite. I don't know why, it just didn't click with me, and maybe I think I always watched like Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2 more often, but I had all these on VHS growing up, and I think growing up watching them too, I used to enjoy them too, but now more so when I've watched the trilogy all together, all over many a times. I've grown to really enjoy the third one just because it completes the story, and it really gives us a final ending to this story with the DeLorean getting destroyed in the end. But then we see Doc sort of having a happy life. He has his family. He goes to the Old West, and Marty he's sort of like he didn't, when we see him Back to the Future 2, where he makes them, they're saying like they're referencing this crash. It never happens when they play chicken. It doesn't happen. So it all works out well in the end. So I enjoy Back to the Future 3. I think it is a fantastic end of trilogy movie. I think it's a fantastic movie to end this particular list on as well. And wow, if you've not watched it, great Scott, you gotta watch it, Marty. Marty, you gotta watch Back to the Future 3, because it's a great movie. There you go, there's the Doc impression again. I've shown it again, I've impressed you all with my Doc impression. Yeah, give me a round of applause, everyone. I'm sure you're happy with that impression. But yeah, definitely watch Back to the Future Part 3. It's well worth the watch. If you enjoyed this video today, please do give it a like and check out the rest of my movie-related videos as well. And let me know your thoughts on this topic. What are your best end of trilogy movies? Did you enjoy any from this list today, or did you feel like some of these were not worthy of being on the list? Let me know all your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.